Reminder, if you do have a question, please raise your hand in the raise hand function.
Hello, everyone. Sorry for the wait, but we just came back from training.
Oh, good. Willie P, we'll let you start it off.
Hey, Christian. Just to start out, when or how long will it take for you to kind of gauge your availability on the guys that were missing on Saturday in Montreal?
Yeah, we are, as I said at the time, and we are monitoring the situation on a daily basis. We have few guys back. I don't want to go too much into the names, but we have few guys back and few others we are waiting. But little by little, I'm getting all the squad back.
How do you feel like the three guys who debuted kind of ingratiated yourself to the club and possibly maybe even earned a look when you aren't as so up against the 8 ball when it comes to numbers?
Very good, very good. I felt very good about them. I felt very good about them before, and they just confirmed the impression that I had and the coaching staff had before and the club. We know that we have very good young players here that have potential, but also ready to contribute now, as they showed. They train well, they behave well, they are ready. And as I say to them all the time, they have to keep working hard every day because opportunities will come. How and when, we don't know, but they have to be ready to take those opportunities when they come.
And last one for me, in terms of getting Fuchs back 90 minutes fit, I know that's something you guys want, but how hard of a job when he is back 90 minutes fit has Anton Walkes made your job in terms of trying to figure out the center back rotation there?
No, it's a good problem to have, this one, because the more better players you have, you know, the better it is for the team. And it's down to me, obviously, to take the final decision, but I'd rather have that problem than the opposite one. So it's good. It's good to have Christian back. We know he's good, not just for the quality of the player, but the quality of the person and the leader that he is and what he brings in the change room with his experience and willing to work hard and be intense on a daily basis. Is, for me, from that point of view, is a good example for everybody around.
Thank you.
Antonio?
Hi, Christian. Hope you're doing well. We all know about Austin's ability to score and create chances. Everyone talks about, Driussi, Fagundes, Urruti. But Alexander Ring, their holding midfielder, opens those plays. Would you rather apply pressure on him or cut his passing lanes? What's your approach there on applying pressure to a holding midfielder?
Listen, I don't want to give my game plan to you now. Eh?
No. Just keep it close to you.
No, but yeah, no, you're right. I mean, Alex, I was lucky and happy to have him in New York City. I know the quality of the person before of the player is serious, professional. He's a guy that works hard on a daily basis. So because of that, he improves all the time. I kept an eye on him even when I went back to France because I rate him very highly. I think he's one of the best midfielders in this league, without a doubt. He can do many things. He can play well with the ball. He can break play, and so he's a guy that we need to be very mindful of because he can be dangerous in many occasions. And so yes, I have a lot of respect for Alex as a player, and we certainly will monitor him closely. Not just the other very good players you mentioned, that they are there, and there are more as well.
Exactly. And how challenging has been the past couple of days for you and your coaching staff, considering the situation around the roster and that you will have 2 games in 5 days this week, basically?
Yeah, it's one of those situations that happens in football clubs, that you have to play 2 games in 5 days, and we have to be ready. We are monitoring a number of options with the coaching staff. We have a good squad with good players, as I told you. In the past, we rate all of them, and everybody has got a role to play in this squad. As long as they work hard and they make themselves ready, everybody will be given an opportunity, and so their job is just to work hard and to be ready for it.
Thank you, Christian.
You're welcome.
Varun?
Hey, Coach, going back to the three debutees, do you think that the compressed schedule may make you more inclined to play them just to give some of the more regular players some rest?
Something we have to see. I think if you want to play now at a higher level, you have to be used to play 2 games a week. It happens even to the big clubs in the world that they play 60 games. Big players, they play 60 games a season, and very, very high intensity. So I think that each player should expect the same. And but also that will give an opportunity, given the traveling, to be given some minutes. And it's important that we rotate well the squad, and but also that we give a certain continuity to our game at the same time.
And then talking about Marks, McNeil, and Santos, you said that you were impressed by their game. What specifically impressed you?
But first of all, the first thing I'm looking at is the personality that they carry on the pitch. So if they belong there, if they play with personality, or if they play with fear, and all of them, they came as they showed. Koa started, Quinn, and but also George. Don't forget, no, George and Koa started. Quinn and Chris came on, and all of them, they look like that they are not faced by the occasion, and they can give a game to everyone. And we play against a team that we know is pretty good, as they showed also here at the Bank of America. And so I was pretty pleased. Then after we can go into details, they can be improved, but it becomes more, a detailed conversation. But first and foremost, I was impressed by the personality that they showed when they came on.
And then was there any moment you shared with those three where you told them, hey, you're going to be going out there, this is the situation? What were the conversations about that like? Was there any conversation that kind of stuck out to you?
There are some conversations that they are private, but at the same time, when you are part of a squad that travels to a game, you have to be ready to play. I mean, there is not so much to do or to say. It's the work that you have done until that point that put you in that situation. And if the coaching staff put you in that situation, it means you are ready to play, and you have to, to be ready to play. There is not a lot to say after that.
Thank you.
Apart from obviously asking them what to do as part of the game plan. But other than that, if they are with us and on the squad, it means we believe they are ready to play.
All right, Carol.
Hey, Christian, I just wanted to ask about Swiderski being back. I didn't realize until covering MLS how, things guys come, they go. I don't know if it's you guys even more this year, but, in his situation, just coming back from international play, and then, it just seems like there's been continuity, struggles for him. How's he doing? How do you guys maybe, help connect? I mean, I know if he scored one of those chances the other day, I probably wouldn't even be asking, but how do you guys get him back involved like early in the season?
Carol is an experienced player that come here willing to improve his career and to further his career. So yes, he had some setbacks, but for example, he came back in training fully ready to go. And we talk to him on a daily basis, like we do with most of the lads. And he has been always working hard in training. And unfortunately, he didn't score in the last game, but we believe in him, we trust him. And he also is a guy that can contribute without the ball by working. So we have total belief in him, and keeping working like that on a training pitch on a daily basis will get him back to where he belongs.
Thank you. And just one more about Haggard. He had a pretty, significant knee injury, and to see him play with the skill and confidence that he did, how was that for you?
Yeah, it was good to see. It was good to see. But at the same time, I know Chris. I know how focused he is. I know how much he loves his football. I know how hungry he is for more. And so that didn't surprise me. I can see him in training that he always wants more. He wants more. So sometimes, if anything, he has to channel his energy because he's full of it. And so I knew he would have brought his energy into the game when he came on against Montreal. I didn't have any doubt about that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Steve?
Hi, Christian.
Hello, Steve.
Once more about McNeil. You know, I've had the chance to see him be very influential on the field at the USL 1 level. I thought he played very well in Montreal. Do you feel that he is ready to contribute on a regular basis at this level?
I think he is. I really think he is. Obviously, with all the young players that start their career, you have to be patient, and you have to be, you have to monitor on a daily basis, because you, at the same time, you don't want to put too much pressure or expectations, because it would be unfair. But I think he's ready. He's an intelligent player. He understands quickly most situations. He asks a lot of questions, and very detailed ones tactically. So he's, you can see that mentally is ready for this level. And as a player, every time I went to see him with Charlotte Independence, always impressed me the way he played, with the personality, the tempo, and also the understanding of what he has to do on the pitch. So I think, to answer to your question, I think he is ready to contribute at this level. Yes.
Thank you. And just given what happened with, you know, so many players going into the protocol, does that affect the way you train in order to protect against even more going in? How has it affected the daily operations of your training?
It affects in the sense that when you lack few players in certain positions, you have to maybe adjust, like it was the case in Montreal. But the training, we tend to have the same kind of intensity, the same kind of exercises. So I think the boys, they are pretty good with that, and it doesn't affect too much, apart from the personnel. Sometimes if you don't have enough players, we have to call some academy boys, which they always do well. But other than that, the structure and the intensity, we want to be the same.
Does it change any of the kinds of drills that you do in order to keep a different kind of spacing at all, or
No,
do you
not
just
really.
work? Okay.
Not really.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right, a couple more here. Sam?
Hey, Coach. Good afternoon. So I apologize if somebody already asked since I got on late, but wanted to know, with the departure of Franco, how you're looking at filling out, possibly a new international spot, or how you might be trying to improve the team before the transfer deadline.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, we have a number of midfielders here that they can contribute and do well. In that particular position, we have Jordi Alciva, we have Sergio Ruiz, we have Titi Ortiz, we have Ben Bender. So Quinn that can contribute as well. So it's not that we are without players in that position. The club, I think, with the scouting department, they keep me up to date on certain options that we might have. But this is, I'm not getting too concerned, because I am happy with the players that I have here for now. And so we just carry on as usual.
And then, in a similar vein, after his performance on Saturday, are we going to see Quinn McNeil more this year, do you think?
Yeah, as I said before, I mean, Quinn did well, Chris did well, George did well, Koa also contributed well. But we have to be careful that we don't put too much pressure and expectations on these guys. It would be unfair. And I think that they have to keep working hard and to be ready for when they will be called and when the opportunity will come. But they show that they can contribute, but also they have players in those positions that they are ready to contribute. They already contributed to this football club in the past, and we need to be aware of that, and so that everybody stays, as I said in the past, humble, but with the willing to work hard on a daily basis, and then opportunities will come.
Great, thank you, Coach.
You're
All
welcome.
right, we'll do two more. Jorge.
Just adding on to that, the question about Franco, was that more of a decision of the club, or was it a mutual decision between Franco and Charlotte FC to let his loan kind of end early?
I mean, this is a question you have to ask to the club and not to me, because my job here is to coach the team and to make the team, the players develop and to develop a style of play. So I'm not necessarily up to speed with all the details about contracts and mutual decision. I can only say that Alan, until I was here, he was very professional, trained well. And I told him that, and he was, but sometimes in football it's like that. There are different opportunities, and some people and some players, not just in this case, but in general, might feel that is mutual benefit to change. And so to answer to your question, you are better asking this question to the front office than to me.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, then lastly, Alex.
Thanks, Woody. Hi, Christian. Thanks for being here. I would like to ask you about so you answered about Alan Franco. So he's going to play in Club Talleres from Argentina.
Yes.
So there is possibility the another player is going to loan for another team like Jordi Alcibar.
Again, I really don't know how to answer, because about that, Jordi is here and I'm happy the way he's working. He's improving, in my opinion. He's working hard every day. So I'm happy for him to be here. So these kind of questions are more for the front office, I repeat, because I work with the players that I've got at disposal, and my focus is in developing training and to add our principle of play to our team. So this is basically our day-to-day life of mine and the coaching staff. And honestly, we don't have too much time to dwell on gossiping, who is coming, who is not coming. And we have different departments that keep up to speed with the possibilities, but I just want to focus on our players 100%.
Yes, Christian, I understand what you say, but you know, when you're the coach and you see the players, and when you talk to the front office, you can say, oh, I gonna need this player, I'm gonna keep it, or probably not. So that's the reason all the colleagues ask you about some players, and that's the reason I ask you about Jordi Alcibar.
Yeah, but you want to bring me where I'm not really interested in going. So again, I tell you, I'm focusing 100% with the players I've got disposal, and for now I'm very happy with the squad I have, and so I'm focusing on them 100%.
Thank you, Christian. Thank you, Woody.
All right, thank you guys. We'll get this recording to you, and we will see you Thursday.